Hey, it's Eric here at Peachtree Classic Cars, and this is a 1963 Chevrolet C-10. And this might be one of the prettiest trucks I think I've ever had. I don't typically buy trucks in this price range, but I just couldn't pass it up. It was so pretty, and I think I'm still able to offer it at a great price compared to some of the other things that are out there for even as much as 10 or more, 10,000 or more. So it's just kind of the way guys price stuff, you know. So anyways, got a 350 V8, and actually the guy who had it before had an automatic in it, went back to the 3 on the column just to make it, you know, kind of more, keep it more original. Runs and drives like a beaut. It's got power steering, it's manual brakes, but they stop really good. So let's take it for a drive and then I'll show you around. It's hard to hold the camera and shift at the same time, so I just want to be fair about that, and I'm not restarting the video to make it look good. I never like doing that. I like to be honest. I like people to know, hey, this is what you're getting. Truck tracks down the road great, and just drives super straight. Of course, like I said, it's got power steering, so it just steers really easily, which makes it really nice, especially in tight spots. Plenty of power. I'm just barely even going, you know, top speed limit on this road is about 35 anyways, but you can usually go a little bit faster, but I want to be respectful to neighbors, and like my neighbor right there out walking. Brakes stop nice and straight. There's no pulling to the left or the right with the steering. So first gear pops into second. Well, there you go. There we go, second and third, second, first, reverse. Just wanted to show that it was shifted through the gears. Like I said, it's tough for me when I've got a camera in my hand to try to make it work right, but the only thing that I have noticed that is not on the truck is the emergency brake. It's not uncommon that they're not hooked up, and this one's just not. I don't know why people do that, but I'll tell you, 90% of the trucks we get that have manual transmissions don't have an emergency brake. And like I said, it did have an automatic in it at one point, which a lot of people don't do. So got good oil pressure here. Temperature gauge is working. Even the radio works. Got to dial it into a radio station here, but the original horn button's not functioning, but they moved the horn here. It's really loud. So fan is also functioning as well. We flip that down. It may be a little hard to hear it, but it actually turns on and the heat works. Some nice sounding exhaust. This is also a big back window truck. Now, if you call me and you say, hey, I love everything about the truck, but I really wanted an automatic, I've got a guy up in Atlanta who could put it back to an automatic. It's not horribly expensive. It's not what I would say, it's not cost prohibitive to do. So I think if I was personally keeping the truck, I might think about putting the automatic back in it. It's nice to just push the gas and go. On the same token though, I also really like shifting the 3 on the column. It's iconic feeling, and it makes me feel, you know, like I'm driving an antique automobile. It's just a crate 350 engine. Really nice, clean engine detail. Under the hood's really, really clean. Engine dress kit looks nice. Aluminum radiator, 4-core aluminum radiator. I'm going to shut her off so we can hear. And just when you vacuum these carpets, you know, you get in here and they get dirty again. Really clean interior as well. I know I need to still do a walk around on the outside, but like I said, this is one of the cleanest, nicest trucks I've gotten. This is, you know, this is one of these trucks that when you really, you know, are looking at the market, and I know you guys are finding steals out there every once in a while, but the reality is really nice trucks like this are starting to get over 30 grand, 35 grand. And so I'm trying to keep them under 30. And I had to pick this truck up. It's just really nice. I mean, you hear the door, you know, slam solid. The glass is in great shape. Weather stripping. Somebody did a beautiful job painting this. This is a very nice paint job. I'm gonna say very, very nice driver quality paint job. I never like to tell somebody that I've got a show quality paint job. I hate it when people do that. I've only maybe had a couple of experiences where I went to buy a vehicle for someone that they told me it was a show quality paint job, and it really was. Most of the time I say, if you're really realistic about it. Now that being said, this truck is really pretty. It's really, really pretty. It's not perfect, but it's really pretty. The body lines are really straight. I don't see any evidence of rust on it anywhere. I mean, it's just super shiny and clean. The front windshield doesn't have any scratches or anything. Somebody did a nice job lettering the Chevrolet. Brand new windshield wipers. Top. Glass is all in great shape. Really beautiful set of aluminum wheels there. They just really, really make the truck pop. Step side, bottoms of the doors, cab corners. I'm going to show you the underneath here in a minute too. And it's very clean underneath. You know, it was taken off and painted. The bed was off when it was painted, so it's painted actually the inside the bed here and both sides, you know, painted like it's supposed to. Bed rails look good. New oak bed. Now I would say this, the rails were original. You can tell they sanded them and painted them, so there's just a little bit of pitting because they were from 1963. Big back window is a big deal. We always say that. Big back window equals big deal. There are not a lot of big back window trucks out there, and man, it just like, I like driving the big back windows like riding in an aquarium. I mean, it's just all glass all around. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. I can't tell you how much. I know I might sound like a freak, but I'm telling you, man, the difference between driving the big back window versus small is really huge. You know, eliminates those blind spots and stuff, and it's just so nice. So also just a collector thing. Cab corners, excellent condition. Bottoms of the doors, I mean, there's no signs of rust anywhere. I don't know how old this paint job is. It's probably a year or two old. It's not brand spanking new. Doors and open, closed nicely. Interior's been painted at the same time as the exterior. No rips or tears on the seat. Folds forward and back. Fuel tank was replaced at some point. It looks like the sending unit's hooked up. I can't tell that for some reason the gauge is not coming on. I know that I saw that the speedometer's working when we were driving. Just really pretty in here. New carpet. And like I said, man, I had this thing perfectly vacuumed, and then I got in here and got some cruds on it. But I have some floor mats that'll go back in it, but I never like taking the pictures of the floor mats. They're from AutoZone, and that's not my favorite thing. So if I was going to do anything to the interior of this truck, I would find a factory original style radio, you know, the ones that are new, but look original, and go back in the dash. Other than that, the interior of this thing is just really pretty. We're going to take a quick look up underneath the truck. And like I said, this was something that impressed me. These rockers, again, I mean, painted all the way down to the bottom. This is, you know, this is where I can tell the difference between a better quality paint job and a lower quality paint job right here. You know, because these guys are painting down and they get to about right here, and then this all doesn't look right when it's a poor quality paint job. So this is painted all the way down in great shape, no rust, super slick, rust-free frame. This appears to be the original floor pan. Okay, no, I can see it when I get closer right there. It looks like somebody did a repair, and that's okay. This is original here. Looks like there's a sticker on the piece that back there, so somebody at some point, you know, welded that in and replaced that, and that's okay. Cab mount. So, but really clean underneath. Ugh. Inner fender wells, rust free. This is some dirt. I live on a dirt road, and it bums me out when I detail a vehicle like this. I swear, I see this right here. I just washed this truck, and in my driveway it looked immaculate. but I gotta cross the street and cross the dirt road. Love these, by the way. Huge tips back here, and they just look really good. They're not oversized, but man, they set it off. Frame, wood, everything back here looking great. So North Carolina truck, I believe we've got a North Carolina title on it, and that original tag just looks really nice. In the state of Georgia, we can actually use antique Georgia plates. So I could put a 1963 Georgia plate on the truck. Same on this side. I looked at it earlier. Look at these rockers. Beautiful. Cab corners, great shape. Floor pans. I mean, just a clean truck. Now this is obviously the difference. If you wanted to make this into a lower end show quality truck, put this up on a lift and clean under here real good, so you could put a mirror underneath it if you wanted to. But on the upper end of this truck, not paying attention with an eagle eye to the undercarriage, the upper end of this truck is very nice. I know I've said that 1,000 times, but part of it is just for what I do in my business. You know, we specialize in driver quality vehicles under 20 grand. So whenever I get something over 20 grand, it's got to be something special for it to turn my head. And so I'm just really impressed with this truck. It's also lowered. It's got a great stance to it. It's not too low. You know, this isn't a low rider, but I like the idea of it being a little bit lower with these wheels. It gives it just a little bit of a sporty look, and it makes it a little easier to get in and out of, you know. But really beautiful truck, gorgeous color. Love the two-tone, painted bumpers, lights work. I believe the turn signals work. You know, the horn button, windshield wipers are working. I just put new wiper arms on there. And this truck doesn't need anything to be enjoyed, just like it is. I would jump in this truck right now and drive it down to Daytona to a car show for fun. And in fact, I've got a buddy of mine, the guy that I got this truck from, that's what he does. He takes trucks like this, he'll cruise all the way to Daytona from Atlanta, you know, make an 8-10 hour trip in a truck like this, no problem. You got the radiator, it's staying cool, you got power steering, you got a radio, you're ready to go. So anyways, give us a call, PeachtreeClassicCars.com. 1963 Chevrolet C-10 short bed, big back window.